You're listening to Fun with Horror with your hosts, Scotty and Andrew.
Hello, our most amazing, beautiful, kind-hearted, brilliant horror fans, friends, family. Welcome to episode 74, aka season 3 of Fun with Horror. The weekly aka season 3, episode 1 kind of, but really it's episode 74. That being said, what is Fun with Horror? Fun with Horror is the weekly horror movie review podcast in which who you just heard, my best friend Scotty and we take turns giving each other horror movies to watch, and then we discuss them the following week. We have 2 rules here, though. Whoever picks the next movie has to pick one they've never seen. Rule number 2 is we both have to watch it. However, this week's a little different. Scotty, tell them what we have going on today.
Well, Andrew, amongst my early morning congestion, I hate this. This is our official 2022 year in review and 2023 resolutions episode, which last year, if you remember, my friend, a whole year ago, we did this, but we did it at the beginning of an episode.
You're right. Yes, we did.
But
I believe it was Society.
It was Society.
What an episode.
We talked about our year in review and then we shunted.
Yeah. Anyway.
But this year we decided to dedicate a whole episode to it.
Yeah.
It might be a short episode, it might be a long episode, we don't know.
Yeah.
But we're going to talk about the movies we loved that we saw last year, this past year, and the movies that we want to see next year.
Yes, sir.
So
I think it's gonna be fun. It's always a fun time.
It will be fun, buddy.
It's
but
like
before we start,
yes,
I would like to take a moment.
Ooh, okay.
And I'm gonna butter your bean.
I think it's butter.
No. I just want to say, buddy, I want to say how amazing you are.
Oh, stop.
Nope. I'm not going to stop. Because as we all know, Andrew, last year, the highlight of his year was when he fell off his bike. No, I'm kidding. It was when he had a baby.
Oh, yeah.
It was a surprise to Andrew. It just came out. It was amazing. And he's like, wow, I have a baby.
Yeah.
Now, Andrew and his wife had a lovely little son. And yes. That did some interesting things for Fun with Horror.
Yeah.
You needed to take a step back.
Mm-hmm.
So where before you and I shared certain responsibilities,
mm-hmm.
I started taking on everything because I have time and you have less time.
Thank you for that.
That's okay. But that means that I got to start editing the episodes.
Yeah, buddy.
And I got to really start listening to you. Like more so than ever before.
Oh,
you know, I listened to you before, like when I would listen to the whole episode and
right,
you know, and when I'd listen to both of us, and of course I hear you when we're recording.
Mm-hmm.
But it's different when you're editing, and I'm sure you know the same thing.
Yeah,
like you hear things when you're editing that you just don't, you catch things.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I just want to say, buddy, that you are so good.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
You are so good. I am continually impressed by how awesome you are on the podcast and then off the podcast. When people like, you're not very super social media.
I'm not.
Like I'm also the social media person, I guess.
Yeah.
But on our lovely Facebook group, I see you make comments to people and replies, and just the way you respond to people is just so kind and beautiful. And I just think you're an amazing person.
Well, let me take a moment then to butter your bean.
Butter the hell out of it, please.
I've always said this, but you're so dang professional on this. Like it's crazy. I look at, I've always looked at it as like, and I know you do too, just like buddies talking and stuff, but like you put a lot of work into this, and you always have, and you do all the research, and you do way more than I ever have done or will probably ever do. I mean, you work hard. You really do work hard behind the scenes and on the scenes, whatever that was. But I appreciate it. I really do. And you've made this podcast, I mean, what it is. You've done so much work. And I love hearing you, man, because you're just so dang knowledgeable and good at what you do. That it's fun to listen to you too. Like, I mean that. It's just I enjoy hearing you talk because you sound great. You don't sound nasally either. And you just
don't
have
know.
so much.
You don't know.
I do know.
Every time since we record early in the morning and I do the editing, every time I do the editing, I'm like, oh man, I sound congested.
No, you sound fantastic is how you sound.
I think everybody's like that. When they do a podcast, when they record themselves, they're their own worst critics. We've said it before.
For sure. Oh yeah. But I just honestly, I mean it. You do so much work and you've made this podcast what it is. So I thank you for that. I thank you for being my best friend. And I just thank you for being in my life, buddy. I love you dearly.
You too. Thank you, buddy. Thank you.
Thank you.
But I think we make this what it is.
Well, thank you.
As you know, when you needed a break, I pondered maybe doing a couple episodes by myself.
Yeah.
It just wouldn't work. Like I might still at some point, who knows if it comes to that, but
right.
I can't imagine like not having like somebody else talking back to me.
Yeah, I get that.
And especially you.
Thank you.
Because you and I have a connection.
Yeah, buddy. We finish each other's
thoughts.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, now that we're done buttering our beans.
Yeah. Oh gosh. New merch, buttered beans, coming out soon.
How's your year been, buddy?
Good. It's been good.
We got some things. It was good. 2022. Yeah. Go. We got some things to talk about.
Yes.
Some fun things. The first thing we were going to talk about in our last episode, but we kind of forgot. But then we realized that it's much better to talk about it this episode.
Yeah.
Which is just reminiscing.
Yeah, buddy.
And look, something that Andrew and I do is we don't. It's hard to say. We pay attention to the numbers.
Right. Yeah.
How many people are downloading the show? How many people are listening and stuff?
Right.
We try our best not to let it sway us or affect us.
Right.
But more than anything, it is fun.
Oh, for sure. It's super cool to see.
Right?
Yeah, it's really fun. Even, like you said, I mean, we don't use it to make up our minds about things, but it really is cool just to, it's heartwarming, I guess. It's like, oh, wow, someone cares. They actually like listening. It's fun. It's cool.
Yeah. But
yeah, it feels good.
It's also fun to see which episodes do better than others.
Yes, it is very fun. Yes.
And I think we've talked about it a little bit before, but it's like, of course, Tourist Trap, which is our very first episode, has always been at the top.
Right.
Along with our top 10 favorite horror movies, because everybody loves a list.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, yeah.
But all of a sudden we reviewed a movie. We discussed a movie this year that I have no idea why. But that was our Black Phone episode. And that is like, has so many more listens or downloads than our other episodes. It's unbelievable.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's weird. It's so crazy.
Yeah, it shot past Tourist Trap and the top 10 episode. But also, this is something I just noticed right now, buddy, because I'm looking at our popularity list, I guess it's called.
Okay.
for whatever reason,
Uh-huh.
Orphan, not the second one, but the first Orphan.
Yeah.
movie. That
Yep.
episode is now above Tourist Trap.
Oh my gosh. That's so random. Orphan from 2009?
Yeah.
All right.
And beautifully,
Yeah.
our number 5 episode, because it's Black Phone, Top 10, Orphan, Tourist Trap, and then number
Nice.
5 is Watcher.
Wow,
Yeah.
random.
Just like when we did the Deep House, and
Yeah,
that one
crazy.
had a lot of downloads for whatever reason.
A movie that I actually both Watcher and that are two that I really hadn't heard much about going into, which is, I mean, I don't think they were like didn't have a lot of promotions, so I think that's crazy that those two. I mean, that's awesome. Right? I love it. I love that those two did well. I think that's fantastic.
But then we go down to the bottom. I keep looking at the bottom, and my favorite movie, PG Psycho Gorman, has always been on the bottom of our downloads. I mean, at the moment, Christmas Bloody Christmas is our least listened to podcast.
But that's because it's so new. And that's
maybe.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, we'll see.
It may be also because of the technical difficulties.
No, that was awesome.
You're awesome.
You are.
So, but yeah, PG Psycho Gorman, but it's 2 downloads away from overtaking Candyman Day of the Dead.
Ooh.
So
the third Candyman, mind you, anyone listening that doesn't know, the third one. So
the one that I had no idea existed until we started talking about Candyman.
But now we both own a beautiful Blu-ray thanks to you.
Oh my god. I bought you that Blu-ray, didn't I?
You did. That cover is beautiful. Like, it's genuinely an amazing cover.
It's a beautiful cover. I'm going to tell you a secret though.
Ooh.
I don't own mine anymore. I got what I needed from it.
Yep.
And then I sold it to Amoeba.
Nice.
I got store credit just last week.
I get you. I get it.
That's Amoeba Music in Los Angeles, California, everybody. Anyway.
Address.
Something else. It is absolutely amazing, buddy.
What is?
That 2022 was only 4 months long. Like it's
like, wait, carry the 7, divide by 3. I don't know if that's right.
No, but didn't it feel like it? Like
it really
I feel like just yesterday we were talking about the shunting.
For sure. Oh yeah.
And now we're already doing our 2023 first season 3 episode.
Yeah. No, totally agree. This was a quick year, which it shot by. It really did.
Yeah.
It really did.
Did it shoot by for you though?
Yeah,
I think yours was maybe longer than 4 months.
Maybe. I think, when it comes to having a kid, there's months that go quick and there's months that take a while. So
exactly. That's what I was thinking. Because you're up all night.
Yeah. So
up all night to have fun.
That's right, with horror.
That's not where I was going, but good.
Oh, okay.
I like that better.
Thanks, man. Any chance I can plug the show?
Yes, especially during the show.
Yeah, during the show. Go watch Psycho Gorman. Listen to our. There you go.
Go listen to Fun with
episode
Horror.
Too. Yeah.
Oh, is that what you're saying? Go listen to our.
Yeah, I'm plugging.
Watch.
I'm plugging one of your favorite episodes.
You said watch it though.
Oh shoot! Well, watch it, then listen to the podcast. Y'all know the
Remember
rules.
Back in the beginning, buddy, when you used to say when we would film our next episode?
Yes. Because I used to be an actor and I had all the lingo.
You did. What else here? Also, this was fun. Okay, so let's get into our year in review part, I guess.
Yeah, let's do it.
The first thing that I'm going to talk about. This is everything else we're going to talk about. It's the same subjects we did last year.
Right, correct.
Except for this one. because last year we didn't have any previous resolutions.
Right.
And basically our resolutions are just movies we want to see in the coming year.
Right.
So I'm going to go through and talk about all of our resolutions from last year,
Mm-hmm.
the movies that we said that we wanted to see, and let's see if we saw them all.
Love it.
This may not be fun to listeners, but it's a hell of a lot of fun to you and me.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I think anyone that listens to that episode, I think they'll have fun with this.
And if you haven't, just go back and listen to the beginning. It's like maybe 30 minutes at the beginning of the society. Yes. But that's a 2021 episode.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It was right before we did. Yep.
So first we did movies that came out before or in 2021 that we wanted to see in 2022.
Correct.
Let's see how we did. Resident Evil, Welcome to Raccoon City.
We saw it.
We saw that. Candyman 2021. We saw that.
We saw it.
Here's one, buddy. Old.
I didn't see
M. Night Shyamalan's Old.
I still have not seen it. It's on the list.
Still haven't seen it. It's on the list.
Still haven't seen it. You've seen it.
I've seen it. I've seen it. But I saw it back in 2021.
Right.
Before we did the podcast. Don't Breathe 2.
We saw it.
We saw it. This was great. This was one of yours. Censor.
We did see it.
And we saw it.
Yeah, man.
But that was one that you mentioned that I had never heard of.
Yes, dude. That's awesome.
Titan.
Have we seen that?
I don't know if I've told you this, buddy.
Yeah.
But I love Titan.
Actually, didn't you just got a vinyl of it too, didn't you?
I got the vinyl soundtrack, yes, and it's
sweet.
So good.
Nice.
Lamb.
Oh, I still have not seen that.
I have not seen it either.
Oh,
so there's one that we did not see.
Shame on us.
Last Night in Soho.
Oh, yeah, I watched it. So did
we
you.
We both watched it, but we didn't do it for an episode. We just watched it on our own because we both wanted to see it.
Yes.
Badly.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And then we just I think we mentioned it at the beginning of an episode.
I think so,
yeah. Werewolves Within.
It's still on my list. I've not watched it.
I have not seen it either, my friend.
Nice. Okay. All right.
Now here's another interesting one. The Vigil.
Oh, one I still
I don't
really
think it even has basically officially released yet.
Really?
Yeah, it's like been very
okay.
Limited releases, I believe.
Okay.
I could be absolutely wrong, but I feel like I just saw where it like screened somewhere.
Okay. Well, then good.
We'll have to look that one up. The Night House.
We saw that.
We saw The Night House. That was one of my favorite episodes of last year.
I'm trying to remember. I mean, it was good. Was there a reason or just it was just fun?
Just because we went into like the deeper meanings of the movie.
Yep, you're right. Yes.
And what was actually going on and stuff like that.
Yes.
So then that was all of our movies that came out in 2021 that we hadn't seen that we wanted to see in 2022. But then we did movies coming out in 2022 that we were looking forward to hopefully seeing.
Love it.
And we did pretty good, buddy.
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now. Number 1, The Black Phone.
Yep.
We saw that.
Oh, yeah.
And everybody has listened to that.
Yes.
Halloween Ends.
Yeah, buddy.
We saw that. We saw Scream.
Nice.
The new one. Texas Chainsaw Massacre on Netflix. We saw that.
Oh, yeah.
Did we see Nope?
We did see Nope. In fact, we reviewed it.
You really badly. We just badly. You just automatically want to go Nope. But no, we did see it. I had COVID when we recorded that podcast. Remember?
That's right. You did.
What a podcast.
What a podcast. That was a fun one.
Recording in my bed.
Yep, that's right.
Terrifier 2. We saw it. Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Awesome. Just recently. The new Hellraiser. We saw that.
Yep. Watch that.
But then we get to 2 movies. Number 1, Evil Dead Rises.
Oh, right.
Has not released yet.
Yep. And even in the episode, we were like, you had said like, I'm not sure these ones are going to be releasing. And I was like, I don't know. I'm just excited.
Yeah,
to see
it was. You hope it's going to come out,
Right. Yep.
And then this is interesting. Dark Harvest. You mentioned Dark Harvest.
Right.
And when I looked that up for this episode to see if it actually released or anything, it hasn't released yet.
Right. I did.
But man, I'm sorry, buddy. I should have looked it up back then. That looks cool as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I looked it up, I was like, man, this looks like something that I might enjoy.
Yay. Well, it's still on the list.
It is still on the list. All right, so let's get into our 2022 year in review. You know, I'm gonna put reverb on that.
Yeah, I was hoping you would.
We'll see. All right, so Andrew.
Yeah, buddy.
Our first category.
Yes.
Favorite movies that we saw in this last year.
Right.
That were released before 2022.
Right. I actually have a small list on this, to be honest.
You do? I have a smallish list too, but I try to keep my lists small.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Because honestly, we both love so many movies.
Right. Right.
That it's hard to keep our list small. But here's what we're going to do.
Lay it on me. Like
we did last year.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to mention our number one.
Right.
In each category that we do here.
Perfect.
And then we'll just go back and forth and talk about or mention the other movies that we really enjoyed. So
cool.
Why don't you start us off? What was your favorite movie that you saw in 2022 that was released before 2022?
That would be 2021's Candyman.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's my number one too.
Look at us.
You knew that though.
I figured. Yeah, I thought you might. But definitely. Yeah.
Wow, buddy.
What do you think mine was going to be?
I didn't know. I don't know. I mean, it could have been anything from before 2022.
Fair enough.
Could have been Dark Knight of the Scarecrow for all I know.
Oh god.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Did you think my number one was?
I figured it was going to be looking at our list of like what we had seen, just kind of going through, and I was like, oh yeah, because we both loved Candyman. Candyman was an excellent movie.
Yeah, and I've always said that that's my favorite horror movie of 2021.
Yep. So that's what I figured. Because we did technically watch it in 2022.
Yes, we did.
But it came out in 2021. So yeah, for sure that
one of the many that we had to catch up on.
Yes. Yeah.
Tell everyone.
Give me another one. That was our number one.
That was our number one.
Let's go with our runners up. If you
will. I also put, because I had never seen it, was Candyman 1992. I loved it. I loved the original. I thought it was great.
That's awesome.
Obviously we went down our Candyman rabbit hole, but I'd never seen it and I loved it, man. That was great. And that's
funny because my runner-up is Candyman Day of the Dead. No,
stop it. Stop it.
Stop it.
Get that out of there. What do you got?
One of my runner-ups. I don't know if I've ever told you this.
Oh gosh. Lord.
But I really like Titan.
You did? Color me pink. I don't know if that's
Titan was almost my favorite horror movie of 2021.
Yeah, actually, I'm surprised at that one. Okay. Yeah.
No, that one wasn't your number one.
Yeah, I suppose. Candyman is just so good.
But so is Titan.
You're right.
And I love Titan. And funny story. Just the other night, I was talking about I was talking about horror movies with Mary, my girlfriend.
Right.
And I was like, I just want you to see the beginning of this movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I had it in my head that the movie opened with her going into the car show and then doing the dance on the car to that song by The Kills. Totally forgot that the movie opens with the car accident scene.
Oh, right. That's right.
And I started it and I'm like, oh, no, let's not watch this right now.
Fair. That's fair. Yep.
So Yeah, that's my Titan story of the last week.
Love it.
Give me another one.
So one that we did just talk about, Censor. I really
Ooh,
like Censor a
very
lot,
nice.
man. Just kind of an indie. It had that indie vibe, fun story, great acting, awesome director. I loved it. I thought it was just a cool little flick, man.
And that was released in 2021.
It was.
Very nice, buddy.
Yeah, I know. I'm got some newer ones.
I
What do
got
you
one
got?
that may not be on your list.
Oh,
Antlers.
it's not on my list, but
Yeah.
totally fair. All
I
right.
really, really enjoyed Antlers. Again, that's a hard one to say that I enjoyed because it's a
Right,
bleak
yeah.
movie, but
Very
I thought it was really good.
nice.
I'm glad we saw it.
I like that. All right. That's a good one.
Give me another one.
Another one, a weird one, not a
Oh.
weird one, but one that you were surprised by that I picked it, is Triangle.
Oh.
A very interesting, different type of movie, but one that I've thought about before. You know, it's one that's definitely stuck with me a few
Yeah.
times. So,
And
yeah,
it's funny, I
Triangle.
had never heard of it before you picked it for the
Yeah.
podcast. And now ever since then, I've seen it come up in different lists.
Weird. That's
That,
awesome.
yeah, people do know about that movie, but I was like so shocked.
Nice. Love it.
How about The Night House?
I actually didn't put that on my list.
I have it on mine. I really enjoyed The Night House.
Nice.
And it's because I honestly think it's because of that other movie that I've told you about once or twice that I really like, Titan.
Which one?
Titan.
Oh, Titan?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Titanic. The number 3 grossing movie in the world. No, when we did Titan, and this is okay, let me just say again, I'm going to jump back to Titan.
Yeah.
I talk about this movie nonstop,
I
but
know.
there's a reason.
Yeah.
It's not just because it's a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
Titan opened my eyes more than ever before to symbolism and metaphors in movies. And I've seen symbolism and metaphor, but I'm kind of stupid.
Oh, I'm with you, buddy.
Yeah, we're both stupid.
Yeah.
We're terrible. We're dumb. I watch movies and I don't look at the metaphors.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
But after Titan, it kind of changed the way I watch some movies.
Yeah.
Now I kind of pay attention to the hidden meanings and the metaphors in a movie while I'm watching it. And of course, I always go in now, especially for the podcast, I go and look up if there are any hidden meanings and stuff.
Nice. Yeah.
So I think because of Titan, I was able to enjoy Night House even more.
Okay.
Because Night House is all about stuff that may not be apparent on the surface.
Right.
And stuff like that,
Yep. Yeah.
So yeah, The Night House.
I like it. So actually, that's my list. I didn't do a lot, I said, but
That's
those are the
fine.
ones.
Well, I got two more for you.
Okay, please. Yeah, let's hear them. I want to hear.
Orphan.
Ah, okay.
I put Orphan.
right.
I had issues with Orphan. If
Right.
you remember our podcast, I'm not going to go into them here because it involves spoilers.
Yes. Yep.
And I guess we should have said at the beginning of this, we're not going to spoil any of these movies. So,
Right. No. Today's just a list.
yeah, listicles. But yeah, Orphan, I still do think it's a great movie.
Yeah. Okay. Totally fair.
And if you don't know anything about it at all,
don't look it up.
even better.
Yes,
even better.
Yeah. Yep.
And then here's another one I put. This might surprise you.
Uh-oh. All right.
The Sadness.
Whoa. Okay.
Now, I think The Sadness came out in the US in 2022, but technically it was released, I think, in Japan maybe in 2021.
Yep.
So it can be considered, I might be cheating a little bit.
No, I don't think that's cheating.
But The Sadness is a brutal, gory movie, but it's memorable. Absolutely memorable.
Oh, yeah. You know what's funny? So recently, Kylie wanted to watch a horror movie, so we watched.
A Serbian
I was going.
film.
Yeah. No, we watched Train to Busan, and I was like, I said to her, Or no, we were watching it, and Cindy came down and was like, oh, "You're watching that one," thinking it was the Sadness, and I was like,
Oh,
"Oh no, 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 no,
no.
no, 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 different movie, different movie." I was like, "No, we're not gonna watch that one."
That's
After-
amazing.
Yeah, she was like, "That's the one you picked." I was like, "No."
What did she think of Train to Busan?
She liked it. She
Oh,
liked it
good.
a lot. Yeah, it's a fun movie.
Was she scared?
No, she wasn't actually.
Man, I want to know what scares people. I love
I
that.
know. Yeah, I think zombies don't scare her. I don't think
Okay.
they've ever.
I mean,
scared
they
her.
don't scare me either, but
Right. Yeah.
there's a lot of good tension in that movie, though.
There
So-
is a lot of good tension. They did a great job in that. So, yeah.
Train to Busan Part 2? Not so much.
Yeah, I wondered.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right, so that was that. Let's move on to our list of favorite. This is actually what people want to hear the most, probably.
Probably.
Our favorite movies of 2022, horror movies, of course.
Right. That came out this year.
That
we
came out
watched.
this freaking year.
Well, if people are listening to this in 2023, in 2022.
True. That came out last year.
Right. Here we go. Ooh, this is gonna be a fun. I'm excited.
I'll start us off with this one.
Please.
I don't know if you know my number one. My number one is Nope.
Wow, I did not think that would be your number one. Oh,
It is my number one horror movie of this year.
Wow.
I could watch that right now. In fact, I was gonna watch it this weekend. The girlfriend is out of town, but then we were texting each other, and turns out that she kind of wants to rewatch it too.
Oh,
so I'm gonna
cool.
wait till she gets back, and then we're gonna rewatch it together.
Nice. Love it. Wow.
Nope is my favorite horror movie of the year and my second favorite movie overall of the year.
Wow.
Right behind Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
Very good. Okay.
What if I told you that in about an hour, you'll leave here different?
Andrew, what was your favorite horror movie?
You might be able to
2022?
guess mine because it has definitely been put now in my top 10 favorite horror movies of all time.
I think I can guess it.
What do you think?
No, I'm not going to let you
Oh,
say
okay,
it.
all right, all
No
right.
guessing here.
All right.
I'll tell you if I'm right or wrong.
Okay. And that is The Black Phone.
That's
Yeah,
what I
I do
thought it
think-
was. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought that movie is a dang masterpiece. I loved everything about it. Like I said, it's in my top 10. And it's like same with you. I mean, I could watch that again right now and enjoy every moment of it.
How many times did you watch it this year? Just the once?
Oof, no, 3 times.
Oh, you
I
watched it
think.
after we aired our podcast
Mhm.
and stuff? Because
Yep.
we both, that's the one
Mhm.
that we both said that we only wanted to watch it once during that week
Right.
so that
Right.
we didn't have to do a note-taking viewing of it, so that the second time we watched it, we could just enjoy it again.
Yep. Yeah,
I have
watched
yet to
it.
rewatch it, but
Oh, whoa, okay.
but I'm still looking forward to it. That's another I would love for Mary to see that one. Don't know how much she's gonna like it, but I hope she does.
Oh, I get why. Yeah. Okay.
But
Oh,
It's new.
What?
The flyer. Mr. Yamada's putting them up again. You don't think they're gonna find them, do you?
Not how they want to. Come on, let's go. We're gonna be late.
that was actually my number, or not my number 2, but it was in my
What?
list too.
nice. Well,
So-
I will say Nope was in mine as well, but it was
Yeah, so I think a lot of these are going to be in both of our
We're-
lists,
I think so too. So we'll just maybe if you say
Except for
one, and
this
we'll
one.
just-
except
Uh-oh.
for this one.
Oh no, what is it?
One of my absolute favorite horror movies of this year, and it's very, very controversial opinion of mine, is
Uh-oh.
Halloween Ends. Not in
Mm,
your list, is it?
It's not in my list. No,
It's not in a lot of people's lists.
Yeah, I will say though that episode of ours is one of my favorites.
Me too.
It's a great episode. We had a lot of fun talking about that movie, and yeah, we just dove into it. It was a lot of fun. But I would say overall, yeah, it's not on my list, but a fun movie nonetheless.
I'm already seeing people going back, rewatching it, and appreciating it more for what it is.
Good.
than
Okay.
for what
good.
they wanted it to be.
Perfect. I love that.
I don't know how much your opinion is going to change, because your opinion still had to do with not so much that, not so
Right.
much wanting to see like more Michael Myers or something. It
Right,
had to
right.
do with why certain events in the movie happened.
Right. Yep.
So
Yep.
I don't know. I would love to see you appreciate and love the movie more as time goes on, but who knows?
And
If you don't, that's fine.
It might. I mean, it maybe, I've read or heard people call it like the next Halloween 3, the one that everyone at first was like, that movie, and then appreciated it way
Yeah.
more later on. So it sure could be, but yeah, definitely a fun one to talk about.
One thing I don't know if you'd ever want to do, but one thing I have heard is that the adaptation, the novelization of the movie is really good.
Interesting.
And explains some things a little bit better.
Okay, that could be fun.
So one thing I'm planning on doing, hopefully in 2023, is actually reading the novelizations of the entire trilogy.
Ooh, that would be fun. Is it
Yeah.
all the same person that does all 3 books?
I don't think so, but
Oh,
maybe so. I
don't
can
know.
probably look that up right now. But
if you want, but
yeah, but who knows?
Yeah.
Let me look that up.
Okay.
Entertain
Sorry,
us
I'm
real quick.
making. All right. How about those movies we watched this year, everybody?
Okay, so that didn't take long at all.
Great.
Halloween. No, it's 3 different authors.
Whoa. Okay.
John
Interesting.
Passarella did Halloween. Tim Wagner did Halloween Kills, and Paul Brad Logan did Halloween Ends.
Interesting. Okay.
And then Kevin J. Kennedy did Halloween Land, a coming of age novella. Has nothing to do with anything.
Oh, okay. I was like, whoa, what's that? A short that I missed? On a
Part
special
4,
feature?
buddy.
Oh.
No. All right.
All right.
And so yeah, you go. Your turn.
Is it me?
Yeah, more favorite. I did Halloween Ends.
Oh, right. Barbarian, man. That movie was so much fun. Not on yours?
Not on my list.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Okay.
I mean, I liked it, but
right.
You can.
You definitely had your reasons.
Tell us why you loved it.
I just thought it was such a curveball movie, man. It was one, and I've watched that one numerous times with different family members as well, just because I was like, you have no idea where this movie's going. You have no idea. Like, wait until, and then I'd watch them at a certain point, and the reaction was worth it. Their reaction, just going, what?
Amazing.
It was so good. So I think, yeah, it was just fun, man. The movie was just a fun time.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's
crazy,
awesome.
but fun. Yeah.
I actually love that we have movies on our personal lists that aren't on each other's.
I do too. I do too.
Because yeah, obviously I liked Barbarian a lot, but people can go back and listen to that episode to find out the issues I had, and those issues just kind of kept it out of my list.
Fair.
All these other movies in my list are all to me, I'd rather watch than Barbarian.
Totally fair. That's totally fair.
Like my next entry, which is a double entry. I think you might know.
I think I might.
Ty West delivered not 1 but 2 movies in the first 2 movies in a trilogy of films that he's doing. He did X and Pearl.
Yep.
And
I have one of those in my list.
With X?
Yeah.
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 Well, as we talked about in the Pearl episode, Pearl crept up on me. When I sat down to watch it, I was not having it. I think I was just in a weird mood that day.
Right.
So I stopped it, and then I picked it back up 2 days later and fell absolutely in love with Mia Goth as Pearl.
Dude. Yeah.
And the movie in general, the way it was, the tone, the way it was filmed, the music, probably it's between that and Michael Abel's soundtrack to Nope.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
My favorite score of the year. But I think Pearl overall is my favorite horror movie score.
That's high praise. Wow.
It's amazing. I listened to it afterwards and it's just beautiful.
Oh,
It's
that's awesome.
fantastic. I
Do you
can't
have it on
believe how
vinyl?
good. No,
Yet?
no.
Okay. Right on.
If I think maybe A24 may have released it on vinyl, but if somebody else does, I might, like if Waxwork or Mondo does, I might get it. I don't know. I didn't see a good copy that I wanted, but
Fair enough. Yeah.
it is a fantastic score.
Nice, dude. Okay, I love that.
And
Good picks. That's a
I
good
can't,
pick.
yeah, it's just both of those movies together,
Yeah.
fantastic.
And I am excited for the third movie as well in his trilogy because he's very good at what he does. But
He's very good at what he does.
Yes.
Except funny story, buddy.
Yeah.
Funny. We say he's good at what he does, but here's a tangent.
Uh-oh.
When I was driving across the country in 2015, this is a story, somewhat of a story I've told before.
Mm-hmm.
I asked Andrew because when he and I talked on the phone back then, and even now,
yeah,
one of the reasons we're doing a podcast is because when we get on the phone, we cannot stop talking.
Right.
And we end up on the phone for hours.
Yes. Yes.
And so I asked Andrew, I said, can we talk on the phone during the second day of my drive?
Yeah.
Because
awesome.
It helps me pass the time driving.
Yep.
And we went through a list. It was like horror movies that you haven't seen that are blah, 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 or some of the scariest, whatever. And Andrew just read off this list, and kind of like we're doing now. We just talked about every movie. One of those movies was House of the Devil by Ty West.
Oh, that's right. My gosh, I forgot that's him.
Yeah, exactly. And after that day, you watched the movie and you were like,
yeah, yep. I was not a huge
it was
fan.
that scary.
Yeah. Yep.
And then I watched and I was like, I would like to rewatch it now, knowing it's Ty West.
Agreed. Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me, because I remember that movie better than I should.
I don't remember it at all.
Oh man, I remember. I think for me it was just slow. But again, knowing him, I would be curious to see my thoughts now. It might be changed. Yeah.
Well, and also the list was like scariest movies of 2015 or something like that, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. And it's I wouldn't call it a scary movie.
No,
from what I remember.
It wasn't scary to me either.
Yeah. No.
Anyway, what's your next movie on that list of best movies of 2022?
Mine, the new Hellraiser.
On my list too,
buddy. All right. I just thought it was such a cool remake. I don't know what you'd call it, reboot, whatever it is, but it was just a very fun. It was just a fun movie, man. If you enjoy those, the older Hellraisers, it gives you that nostalgia. I feel like it gave me exactly what I wanted. It was a lot of fun. I went back in that world. There were some horrifying moments as well, which were genuinely creepy. It had a lot to it, man. It was just a fun movie.
Absolutely agree. And of course, Jamie Clayton as the new Pinhead was
awesome.
Incredible.
Yep. Awesome.
Yeah, I think, again, going back to our episode, I think my only critique was the streaming quality of Hulu.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So I'm really hoping that movie gets released on Apple or Blu-ray or something, because I'd like to see it in better quality.
Agree. Yeah, I get that.
Streaming quality for that movie wasn't that great.
Yeah, totally fair.
There was banding in the blacks and stuff like that. Blah, 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 blah. Well, funny enough, my next movie is also a Hulu movie. And might be on your list. Prey.
Yes. Yep. It's right there. Yeah. That's funny.
Prey, the newest movie in the Predator series of movies. Just super original.
Yes.
Departed a bit from the formula that we're used to with Predator movies, which I'll say I'm a bigger fan of some of the later Predator movies than a lot of people are.
Fair.
I really like Predators. I really liked The Predator. I feel like they could have had better titles, but but Prey was amazing.
Yes, absolutely.
And as a matter of fact, I put on some music as I was going to sleep last night, and I just hit shuffle, And the very first track that came on was a piece of the score to Prey.
Nice.
And man, it just put me right back there in the movie.
Oh, that's awesome.
So
That's
I'm really
awesome.
hoping for some more movies in that series.
Me too. Me too. Because that was just a fun movie, man. And it wasn't. You're right. I mean, it was a different formula. It was a lot different than the other ones, but in a very good way. So totally agree.
Yes, I agree. And it is slightly like it's a horror movie. It's horror adjacent. It's not very. It's suspenseful, not scary. But
yeah.
Do you have any more? Because that's the last one on my list.
Well, I have a few more.
Oh, good.
So when you said Hulu, I actually thought you were going to mention a different Hulu movie at first.
Tell me.
And that would be Fresh.
Fresh. Nice.
I really liked Fresh. Again, kind of a different take on what the movie is. I don't want to say too much, but it was just a different, not what I was expecting.
Right.
Which is fun for me. I like when I'm surprised. And so that was definitely a surprising movie. Great acting, a fun story, very interesting. And again, had some moments where I just felt like, I don't feel good. I feel good right now.
And let me, as a quick aside, just say, we did not tell each other how long our lists needed to be.
Right.
I tried to, there's so many good movies that came out last year.
Right.
That I could have put. And hopefully you're going to mention a couple of them. But, Fresh was, I just tried to keep my list shorter. These were
enough.
my absolute favorites. There were so many other good movies, though. So,
right. Yeah.
And if you go back, I'm just going to say, plug our own podcast and say, go back and listen to some of our episodes of the movies released in 2022.
Right.
And you know what? Hang on, buddy. I'm getting a phone call.
Okay.
Hello. Yeah. What time are you coming?
Welcome to the Insight.
Oh,
guys.
good. Cool. Are you here? Okay. Yeah, just come on over. Okay, bye-bye.
Look at that. So we have you on a call. We have Enzo talking to us in the back. There's a lot going on in that section.
Well, we're gonna keep that on the podcast. I have the gas company coming to check out my wall heater.
I called our gas company yesterday too.
But yeah, I meant to tell you that we might get interrupted, and we're going to get interrupted, so we'll have to pause at that point.
All right, that's fine.
We don't have to pause yet. But yeah, lots of great movies, and just because they weren't on my list doesn't mean that I don't appreciate them. And Fresh was definitely one of those good movies, and I wonder if one of the other two is going to be one I'm thinking of.
I got two more, and that would be Scream.
Oh, interesting.
I really liked the new Scream. I know it had, it was hit or miss with some people. I enjoyed it. I love that world. I think it's fun. I liked our new cast. Pretty much anything Jenna Ortega's in is going to be great at this point.
Well, that's what I was going to say is I think for me, at least, Scream introduced me to Jenna Ortega.
Yeah. She's been in a few horror things, man.
Yeah. She's blowing up.
Yeah.
Then she was in X, and then she was obviously she was Wednesday, and she's become iconic as Wednesday.
Oh,
Wednesday
yeah,
Addams.
man. Oh my gosh. But yeah, a fun entry to the series. I enjoyed it. And then my last one, I'm curious. Yeah, this one's controversial, I guess. This one had a lot of not kind things said about it. I enjoyed it.
Okay.
And that would be Texas Chainsaw Massacre, man.
That's a good choice, buddy.
Thanks, buddy. I had a blast with that movie. I know people can listen to the episode. I know it was kind of like I said, I know a lot of people didn't say wonderful things about it. I had a blast. I had so much fun watching that movie.
Well, like other movies, I'm starting to see people be more favorable towards it.
Good. Okay.
People have a certain reaction when they see a movie and it doesn't meet their expectations.
Right.
And the thing that we both, I think, feel about Texas Chainsaw Massacre, this new one, is that it's not a perfect movie.
Right.
But man, it is fun. It's a good time.
Yep. There's some really great in that movie where even if you aren't a fan of the series, if you're a fan of horror, there's some really fun scenes that you could just watch and go, holy crap, this is nuts. So
Absolutely.
yeah. Yep. Definitely wanted to put it as one of my favorites. I enjoyed it. I had fun.
Very good, buddy. Very good.
That's my list though. That's it. That's what I got.
Well, here we go. We also, so this is great. I reached out and we have friends of the show. We have our Facebook group.
Mhm.
And I reached out and asked some friends of the show and our Facebook group what their favorite horror movies of 2022 were.
Yes. Yeah.
And we have a little list of some people. So let's give a shout out to these people.
Yes, for sure. Yeah.
And also, yeah.
Can you hear Enzo? I'm sorry.
It's fine.
He's so loud.
So the first is he's one of our oldest listeners, not oldest as in age, but
he's been with us a long time.
Yeah, he's one of our very first that really started just hyping us up every week. And that's our buddy Ken. Kenneth.
We love Ken.
We love Kenneth. He's at Michael F. Myers on Twitter.
Yes.
And he started really early, just talking to us and telling us what he thought of the movies we were doing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I reached out to him. His very favorite movie of the year, not a big surprise, Halloween Ends.
Fantastic. That's great.
I mean, he is a Michael Myers fanboy. It's in his Twitter handle.
Yep.
But he also gave a shout out to Orphan First Kill.
Oh, fantastic. That's great.
Yeah. So, thank you, Kenneth.
Yeah,
and
thank you.
Thank you for being with us for this whole time, like well over a year since basically the beginning almost.
And just honestly, he's so kind. We love Kenneth. So
we love you. We love all these people.
We do. Yeah. We really do. Everyone is.
We're gonna tell each of you that we love you. Just prepare yourselves.
Yes.
We're gonna butter your beans.
We're gonna. Oh gosh, that just sounds horrible.
It is horrible.
In fact, so our next person is Michael Hicks. Michael, we love you. No, but Michael was kind enough too when you posted this question, was kind enough to hop right on and give his favorites, which is great.
And he's a new kind of a new listener from what I understand.
Yep, which is awesome. So thank you.
That's cool.
Michael,
we have an old listener and now we have a brand new listener.
It's so cool.
So what was his favorite movie?
So he actually had two. And his first one was Barbarian.
Ooh.
I'm with you, buddy. And then his second one is on my list now, but I don't know much about it. Called
I don't know much.
I don't know much. That's all we can sing from that. But his second movie is Speak No Evil, which I don't know anything about.
I've seen the poster. I've seen people talk about it.
Ooh, I'm excited, man.
I've seen it on some best of lists. So
it's on my list now for sure. I put it on there, but
absolutely.
I don't know much. So I'm excited.
I am very excited.
So thanks again, Michael. Thank you for sending those.
Yeah, thank you, Michael. Next is, as long as Kenneth has been a fan of the show.
Yes, yeah.
Probably our very first fan, but also a friend of both of ours now.
Oh, yeah.
Edward, our friend Edward, who runs the Fresh Blood Theater Facebook group.
Yep.
He, from the very beginning, he's been a huge supporter of us in our show.
Yeah.
He's given kind words almost weekly.
Yeah.
Which is unbelievable.
Mm-hmm. Edward, we love you, man. Thank you.
Yeah, and he's just the prime example that people in the horror community can be the kindest, nicest people ever.
Yes, for sure. I will say, when we were first starting, and I got invited into the group, his Fresh Blood Theater, there we go, group. It was nice. It really was, because I saw like a community that were just kind.
Yeah.
That were just very sweet. And he was the kind of the leader of it. And so, yeah, very heartwarming, very awesome. Edward truly is just, if you get a chance to chat with him, do it. He's just a great guy.
However,
What a segue.
However,
Yeah.
Edward does his top 10 horror movies every year, and I always
Yes.
look forward to seeing what he picks,
Yeah,
because
it's
he
fun.
inevitably picks movies that I have not seen and a couple that I've not heard of.
Hmm.
And he always surprises with his number one, and his number one this year was Dash Cam,
Man.
which I had a really cool conversation with him about it. And it all comes down, it's kind of like Psycho Gorman. A lot of it comes down to if you can stomach the main character in the movie.
Yeah. Yep.
And the main character in Dashcam, Annie, is a very, very offensive, brash person.
Right.
And for you and me,
Mm-hmm.
it became hard to separate her from the movie.
Yes.
And
Yep.
I think I was a little bit more forgiving of the movie itself because I tried to look past her character and her personality.
Right.
So I did appreciate the found footage movie
Right.
that was there behind her personality. But in the end, her personality is just a little bit too much to take for that
Yep.
movie.
Me too.
And I think it brings the movie down.
Yep.
But there are people like Edward
Mhm.
who he got a kick out of her. He
Right
thought she
on.
was adorable.
Right.
His words.
His words.
And he thought Dashcam
Awesome.
was his favorite horror movie of the year. So there you go.
Wow, man, right on. I will say this is a pretty sweet list right now so far.
Yeah,
I mean, very
I
different.
love this. Yeah.
It's awesome. So cool. And of course, our next friend who was gracious and kind enough to take my place when I was gone watching my
Nobody could ever
Enzo.
take your place.
Stop it. But besides Mary, we had, of course, our friend Stanley from Stanny Boy Reviews. Go check him out. He's awesome. He's great. One of the coolest dudes. If you want to just hear some fun stuff, if you want to go to his his YouTube channel and watch his fun stuff and listen, do that, because he's got some awesome reviews. Just really, really a very kind person. Awesome dude. We love Stanley. Again, Stanny Boy Reviews. Go look it up on YouTube. But his number one movie this year was one I have not seen and don't really know anything about, and that is What Josiah Saw.
Yeah.
I don't know this one, man.
I don't know it that much either. Stanley mentioned it, and he said that it was technically a 2021 movie, but when I looked it up, it turns out that it had been basically only in festivals.
Oh,
and then
okay,
it got
okay.
like a full home release in 2022. So I was like, no,
Awesome.
that absolutely counts
Yeah, for sure.
as a 2022 movie.
I want to say that I might be wrong. I want to say, was it on Shudder? Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not sure. I don't know, but it'll be on the list now. So, yeah, super cool.
Very super cool. Yeah. So, and I just also want to say again from myself, also thank you to Stanley.
Yes,
because yeah, that was a really fun episode to do.
Yeah, dude.
And we gained a new friend. Like Stanley and I text all the time now. And
that's awesome. And you guys are close, like in proximity as well. I feel like you guys are.
Yeah, somewhat.
I
met up with him one day and gave him an old floor fan of ours.
Nice, right on.
So yeah,
that's awesome. I love
Stanley
that he's that close.
Awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah,
super cool guy.
Next, Jeff Whitmire, who the Weird Al of horror movies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that was so good, dude.
We just featured a song of his at the beginning of our Terrifier 2 episode.
Yeah.
He does horror movie song parodies like Weird Al does, but all based on horror movies. And
so good.
He just recently, like just this past week, released a new song called Bob. and I believe that's what it's called. It might just be Bob, but it's,
Okay.
it's a parody of Bop, but it's
Awesome.
about Bob from that House by the Cemetery or House at the Cemetery. Oh man, I'm terrible right now.
Oh, I don't know that one. I was thinking Bob, Night of the Living Dead, but that wasn't his name, was it?
No, it's Bob is a little kid. Let's see.
Bob. Why am I not knowing this?
House by the Cemetery. House by the
Oh.
because you've never seen it.
Okay. All right.
Bob, and now we're going off on a whole tangent here. Bob
please.
is one of the most hated characters in all of horror movies.
What?
And he's a little kid, and I have no idea why because I haven't seen the movie.
Okay. House by the Cemetery?
We may have to watch this movie at some point.
it's an older film too.
Yeah, it's an
81.
older film.
Oh, okay.
I'm really curious as to why Bob is so hated.
I don't know this movie at all. I'm so excited. I'm looking up Bob as well right now. Oh,
Yeah.
He's a cute little kid. There's my
So anyway,
paternal-
Jeff was kind enough to give us his favorites, and his are The Innocents
Ooh, don't know it.
and Feed Me.
I don't know either of those, man.
I don't know Feed Me. I've heard of The Innocents. In fact,
Okay.
I subtly mentioned it in one of our episodes. I've heard such good things about The Innocents. Something about kids with powers, but they
Ooh,
use them
cool.
evilly. But
Ooh, I like it.
there's also a very disturbing animal cruelty scene involving a cat or a kitten. And yes, you can fast forward past the part, I guess, and Jeff was kind enough one day to give me the time frame to skip past.
Oh, that's super nice. Thanks, Jeff.
Yeah,
That's
Jeff's
awesome.
But it's still, I haven't watched the movie because of that.
Okay.
Because you know me,
Interesting.
like I love cats, and it's hard for me to handle animal cruelty. And I heard this was not a good one.
Gotcha.
Like as far as animal cruelty goes,
Right.
you know?
Right.
Like if Firestarter bothered me, then
You're right. Yeah.
so. But I still am very curious about this movie, and I'll probably watch it someday because I have to. If everybody's calling it such a good horror movie, I want to see why. So,
well, it'll be on our list, and then just fast forward that part. But if again, not to plug our show, really, I'm not doing it for that. But go listen to the Terrifier 2 episode at the beginning, just to listen to Jeff's song, because it's really is awesome, and he is very good at what he does. And we're not just saying that as friends; we're saying it because he's really good. He actually is very good. So take a listen.
He's on YouTube, and he's on Twitter. But on YouTube, he is one second. He is Jeff Whitmire 47 on YouTube.
There you go.
And yes, the song is called Bob.
Nice. I can't listen to it since I haven't seen that movie. I don't want to.
Well, I don't. I'll be honest. I did not listen to his Art the Clown song until after I watched Terrifier 2.
Right.
I did watch a good bit of Bob, and I don't really think it ruined the movie for me.
Okay, good to know.
Next,
we have some dear friends of ours.
Yes,
from Happy Horror Time, the Happy Horror Time podcast. Again, do yourselves a favor, go subscribe. Two of the funniest people around that know their stuff. But we'll do both. All right. Do you want me to read both?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. So we have, of course, Tim from Happy Horror Time, and his was interesting. It was Orphan First Kill for his favorite movie.
Nice. A lot of people liked it.
They did. Yeah, it was a fun movie. I will say that.
I liked it too, just not in my maybe top 5 or anything. So
Agreed. Interesting choice. And then of course, Matt, who is the other half of Happy Horror Time, and his was X.
Nice.
We did have in our top list. Very cool choices, actually. Kind of I don't know, very different movies, I guess, than one another.
Yeah.
So I like that. I like that was their favorite.
And you would agree with X over Pearl.
Agreed. Yeah, I would.
Well, I think Pearl is maybe my 3rd favorite movie of the year. So.
Wow, man. I love that, though. I love that same thing. They have a podcast, pretty opposite choices. I think that's fantastic. But again, go subscribe. Happy Horror Time.
Yeah, go listen to their podcast. They do movie reviews, discussions, and they do a ton of interviews.
Yeah.
And it's amazing some of the interviews they get.
It's cool. It's really cool.
Yeah. In fact, they just did a couple of Terrifier interviews. They did one of the girls from the first movie along with David Howard Thornton.
That's
So,
awesome.
Yeah, go check out their podcast. And finally, a newer kind of friend of the show,
Mhm.
Rachel, and the Zombie Girls
Yeah,
podcast.
dude.
So we've mentioned them before. They, the Zombie Girls, they have multiple shows that they do,
Mhm.
and different. Rachel, I think, is kind of the mainstay of all the
Mhm.
shows, but they have different hosts for different shows.
Yep.
And they have one where they talk about all of the chapters. They read through the Dark Tower series by Stephen King
Sweet.
and
That's
talk about
awesome.
basically each chapter.
That's awesome.
They have the basic Zombie Girls podcast. They have I think it's called Stream Queens, where they talk
Mhm.
about movies that are streaming. Possibly my favorite of theirs, though, is the
Mhm.
More Deadly podcast.
Nice.
And right now it's Rachel and Ariel who host that one. And they focus on movies directed by women.
That's so cool. I love that.
Yeah. So I reached out and Rachel conferred with the girls, as she
Mhm.
said. And then she came back. They said that their number one, and
Uh-huh.
this was a consensus, I guess. Their number one is Nope.
Awesome.
So they
Okay.
agreed with me.
Yeah. Yep.
me, buddy.
I get you. I get you. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But she said they wanted to cheat as well.
Okay.
They also
all right.
picked their top movie directed by a woman,
Ooh.
which was Watcher by Chloe Akuno,
Okay.
which
Wow.
we covered this past year, which
We
I
did.
also enjoyed.
Yeah. Yep. I liked it. It wasn't my favorite, but
Yeah. Not in my
but I
top
liked it.
5, but
Yep.
again, like there's too many movies that we liked this
yeah.
year.
Dude, for real, that list, like, again, well, first of all, thank you, everyone. Honestly, thank
Yeah,
you
thank
all
you.
for just giving us your list, but also just being friends and supporting and everything that you do. We love you all. But I will say that is just kind of going through our notes. That is a fantastic list. There is a lot on there.
That is a good list.
I love it.
A lot of
Yeah.
nice recommendations, if you will.
Yes, exactly. Yep. So, oh, very cool, man.
Okay, so now let's look forward to the future, buddy.
Yes.
We're going to talk about movies that we want to see. These are our resolutions. I love calling them resolutions.
I do too.
Because these are the movies we hope and we are going to try to see this coming year,
Yes.
whether
Yep.
for the podcast or aside from the podcast.
Right.
So let's start. There's obviously a lot of movies.
I have a good list on this one. A little
I
bit
do
more.
too, buddy.
Okay,
I do
good,
too.
Good.
So
good.
yeah, there's a lot of movies that came out this past year that we did not get to see.
Right.
So let's talk about the movies that we missed in 2022, but that we hope to see next year.
Okay. Actually,
So-
this one's a little bit shorter. The next list is a little longer.
Oh, the
but-
movies being released in. Okay.
Yes.
Well,
sorry.
We'll
So
get
that's-
there.
We'll get there. So this one's a little shorter, but
Okay. Mine's long.
Oh, okay. Do you want to start?
Yeah.
You start then. Yeah.
Wait. Yeah, it's long. No, you start. You start.
Okay.
I started the last one.
So, of the ones that we didn't see this year, well, I have one on there, but it might be our next movie that I may
I
have
don't
already
know.
watched. So,
What are you? I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, Smile. Was-
Definitely want to see that one.
Yes.
I definitely want to see that one in 2023.
I'm seeing something no one else can see except for me. It's smiling at me.
That's right. That's right. And yeah, there you go. There's my movie.
My friend Michael mentioned Men as his favorite horror movie.
I have
of
that
the
on
year.
here.
And that's one I want to see.
Yep, that was my next one actually on just going down the list.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I have one called Piggy.
Also on my list.
Awesome.
Also
All
on my
right.
list. Okay.
Very good.
I've heard good things about Piggy.
Me too.
How about Bodies, Bodies, Bodies.
I actually don't have that on my list.
It's on mine.
Awesome. Okay. I was curious about that one. Interesting. All right. I like
Okay.
it. I have one called Hellbender.
Funny enough that you mentioned that one, buddy.
Uh-oh.
When I was talking to friend of the show, Edward,
Yeah.
he said, there's a few movies that I really want to hear your thoughts about.
Oh, okay.
And he mentioned a few. Hellbender was one of those.
Nice. Okay.
I've already started watching it.
Oh, okay.
So you're going to have to pick it
Got it.
because I'm going to finish it probably on my own because I wanted to see what all the hoopla was about
Right.
that Edward was talking about. So
Sweet.
I've already gotten through about half of it.
Okay.
And then I'm going to finish it and talk to Edward.
Okay.
So
Interesting.
yeah, good choice there, buddy.
All
Good
right.
choice.
That's awesome.
How about Mad God?
I don't have that one. Mad God.
Mad God was the movie made by Phil Tippett over many, many years. It's all stop motion. But Phil Tippett is
What?
the special effects extraordinaire who's worked on some huge movies.
Yeah.
And he created this movie that's supposedly bat shoot crazy. We're keeping this one family friendly.
Yes.
But it's supposedly a technical achievement that's amazing. So
Awesome.
that's
Oh,
on my
okay.
list.
That's on mine now because I love stop motion. Oh, I don't know why I didn't know that one. Okay. One that we were just talking about that was someone's favorite is Speak No Evil.
Yes,
curious
that's on
now
my
about
list
that
as
one.
well.
Yep.
Okay.
Very good.
Crimes of the Future, the last one by Cronenberg, David Cronenberg.
Right. That's right. It wasn't on my list, but I'm curious about that one.
I'm curious too. That's one I don't know if I'll pick for the podcast, but I'm really
Right.
I want to watch it.
Okay.
Um,
I have one called The Menu.
oh, I forgot about that one.
Mhm. Yeah.
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'm very curious about that one.
It is now on my list. See, I just forgot about it.
Yep. I get you.
Bones and All.
That's my last one.
Oh,
That was
nice.
my next one. Yep.
Sorry, I stole that from you. I should
No,
have picked another one.
Nope. That was no. Don't. That's
The rest of this
my
list is all me then.
Yes, please.
Bones and All. Everybody, it's some people have a hard time calling it a horror movie because it's
That's what
also
I've
a
heard.
romantic film.
Mhm.
But horror movie people
Adjacent, yeah.
are like saying, yes, it's absolutely a horror movie. It's about
I
cannibalism.
saw a clip. From what I saw, I won't say anything, but I would call it a horror movie. I was like,
Okay.
yeah.
I haven't even seen any clips.
I saw one little clip. I went,
All I know is that it's a love story with cannibalism in it.
beautiful.
Okay, so the I only have two others actually.
Oh, okay. All right.
A Wounded Fawn.
I'd heard about that one.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about it, but I have heard that.
And then finally, you may laugh. The Munsters.
Oh, right on. No, I'm very, very curious about that.
I am
Very
too.
curious.
And I think I told you one night when I was sitting in my bedroom,
Mhm.
I put it on. I didn't have time to watch hardly any of it, but I watched
Right.
like the first maybe 5 to 10 minutes of it.
Mhm.
And I was like, this is very charming. And I actually am digging the way it's filmed. Like, I think this may be better than I think.
Good.
don't know.
Okay.
But yeah, that's the last one on my list.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see a Rob Zombie PG movie.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
we're so used to his pretty nitty gritty, pretty heavy R-rated movies. So PG.
Yeah,
is,
And
you
I
know.
can tell you from the very beginning of the movie,
Mhm.
it still does maintain somewhat of a Rob Zombie feel.
Interesting. Okay.
So it's interesting because it's not, you can just tell it's Rob Zombie still.
Right. He has a style for sure.
Yeah.
He has a style.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And a lot of times I do dig his style. I don't think he's a perfect filmmaker by any
Right.
means. That's just
Right.
my opinion.
I
But
agree.
the one thing I always love, and this is with his music or his movies, is his aesthetic in a way.
Mhm.
He's got
Yep.
that old timey grindhouse horror movie
Yes.
aesthetic that I really appreciate.
Yep. I completely agree.
I personally feel that most of his musical albums,
Hmm.
especially his solo albums, all sound kind of the same, except for his very first solo album, Hellbilly Deluxe. But everything after that just kind of sounds the same. But I still listen to each album and I still enjoy them.
Nice.
I don't
That's
know how
awesome.
to describe it.
I like it.
So our final subject is movies that are releasing in 2023 that we're looking forward to seeing. And this is the one you say you have a big ass list.
I mean, it's bigger than my other lists, yeah. Because there's
It's a big ass list.
there's a lot coming out, man.
Well, let me start this off.
Yeah.
This was hard to pick a number one movie.
Interesting. I think mine was pretty easy for me.
Was it now?
Mhm.
There's a lot of movies that I'm really looking forward to, but I'm going to say that I'm just going to go with I'm just pausing a lot here. I'm sorry.
Just do it. I believe in you.
I'm not going to have to wait long is all I'm saying.
Me either.
Megan?
Yep. That's
What?
my number one. Yes.
Get out of here.
No, that's the one
Get
I'm
out
most
of here. You're
excited
my
about.
best friend.
You're mine too.
Ever since I was little, I dreamed of this perfect toy that would protect a kid from ever feeling lonely or sad. This is Megan.
Hi, Megan. I'm Katie.
Dude, it's James Wan doing another like a doll-esque movie. I'm
produced. James
yes,
Wan
yes,
produced.
yes. Produced, but I'm so pumped, dude. That I'm so excited for
Just the
this.
trailer, man. I saw I haven't watched any trailers after the first one,
Good. Don't.
but the first trailer, man, just got me pumped.
Yes.
And
it's
I'm
gonna be
actually
awesome.
gonna try to see this one in a theater.
Nice. Good.
So
Okay.
you'll have to pick it then.
Okay. I'm excited. Oh, that's funny, man.
But
I love
it's crazy, and it's crazy because of all the movies we're about to mention.
right. Yep.
So
I love it.
what else do you have on your list?
So well, again, in no particular order. That
No
one was
particular order.
My most excited, but Scream 6.
On my list, obviously. Yeah.
Yep. What about you?
Well, one you picked last year, Evil Dead Rise,
Yep, that's on my list.
which is
again.
definitely coming out this year.
yes, yes, for sure.
So that's and I'm looking at it. That is the only continuation from last year.
Okay, good. Yep.
So Evil Dead Rise. Yeah, go ahead.
Nice. Mine, I think this is horror, so help me out because you know the story.
Yes,
I don't.
it is. It is.
Okay, Knock at the Cabin.
That's
Is that what
it's
it's
so
called?
funny because like our list is almost exactly in the same order. Like even though we have no particular order in how badly we want to see these other movies, we still have them written in a certain order.
Brilliant.
And Knock at the Cabin is next on my list too.
Yes, dude. Oh, I think I'm
Maybe
gonna.
because we Googled it and this is the
Right.
order they're releasing.
That's kind of what I was thinking. I don't know about the next one though. I don't know if you'll have it. You
Wait,
might.
but let's just say real quick, Knock at the
Yeah.
Cabin.
Yeah.
The one thing M. Night Shyamalan refuses to put on his posters is that it is based on a book called The Cabin at the End of the World by Paul
Right.
Tremblay.
Okay. Right. And you've read it.
And I've read it. I loved it. I thought
Mhm.
it was a fantastic book.
Nice.
And I just, again, the only other than basic egotistical reasons,
Mhm.
the only reason I can see that Shyamalan does not put that it's adapted from this book on his
Mhm.
posters is because he doesn't want people to read it
Right.
first. He wants people to see the movie and go in surprised.
Right. Which, yeah.
That's
Oh, well, you
Shyamalan.
should- Yeah. I would
But
promote it.
yeah, of course, it's a fantastic book and it deserves to be promoted. But let's see after the movie releases.
Mhm.
I'm willing to bet we start seeing it pop up in advertisements.
I bet you're right.
After people have a chance to see the movie, then Shyamalan will start pushing the book
Yep.
more.
I bet you're right. All right, your
Uh,
turn because I just did the last one.
How about
Mhm.
David Gordon Green's The Exorcist?
Yeah, I have it on my list.
I wonder if
I do.
are you gonna watch this one?
I will.
Okay, all right.
Yep. Yep.
Even if it has the exact same dialogue and stuff.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
We'll see what he does with this story.
Yeah, I'm very curious.
But here's the
about
question, buddy. The big question, because we've
Yes.
talked about The Exorcist.
this. Mhm.
The big question is because this is going to be a sequel.
Oh, I thought this was like a remake.
No,
Oh,
this is far in the future because Ellen
What?
Burstyn plays her same character.
No way. I didn't know that.
I don't know that you're going to need to see the original, but I know you haven't.
It may, you know what? It may
You
be
may have to
watched on
wrestle
our-
with your own demons.
Pun intended.
Pun
It
intended.
may have to be on the podcast then if it's going to be watched though.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
All right. What's your next one?
So this is the one I'm not sure you're going to have on, but Shelby Oaks, which is directed by Chris
Is that coming out this
Stuckman.
year for sure?
It's what it said, but again, who knows with my list, but that's what it said.
And I'm
Was
sorry, I talked over you, but it was
No, that's
directed
okay.
by
Chris Stuckman, who has a fantastic YouTube channel, which is crazy. I mean, it's really cool. He's been known to be this like kind of movie review YouTube channel, and then eventually is now directing a movie, which is super cool. So
it's what he always wanted to do.
exactly. So it's really neat to see that he's made it to that point in his career and his life, and I'm excited to see what he does.
Me too. I think the only reason it's not on my list is because I didn't know that it was actually releasing this year.
Okay,
But if
watch,
it does,
it'll probably be 2024, but
we'll see. How about Saw 10?
oh, is that coming out this year? I
Yep,
should have that on my
October.
list. Okay.
They're doing an October release like all the other Saw movies.
Awesome. I don't have it on my list, but I should. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna put that on my list. Yes.
There you go, Saw 10.
Sweet. That'll be fun. A ridiculous one that we kind of talked about for a second ago when we were just chatting. Cocaine Bear.
Yes, Cocaine Bear.
It's gonna be crazy, man.
Looks like a comedy, but has horrific elements to it.
Yes, based on a true story.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, God. Yeah, we'll see about that. But I think it looks ridiculous. I think it's gonna be a fun ride.
I showed Mary the trailer and she's really hyped to see that one. So
that's awesome.
we'll definitely be seeing Cocaine Bear.
Oh yeah,
Salem's Lot has a new adaptation coming out.
I have it on my list.
That's definitely on my list.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
In fact, I think it's coming out around April or May, and I'm definitely planning on rereading the book.
Ooh, good on you, man.
So, because I've read the book like 2 or 3 times already.
Nice.
I
Well,
definitely
Stephen
want to
King.
read it again. Stephen King, my favorite.
Yep.
Next.
Rumor has it that it's going to be this year, so that's what it said. Is the Strangers remake?
Oh, you're
I'm-
excited about that.
I'm curious. I love the Strangers, so I'm like, I'm
not
curious.
See, I'm not putting it on my list because I don't think I'll watch it,
Yep. Yep.
and it'll be really interesting to do a podcast episode about it.
Mhm.
But I can't see any remake or anything coming close to the brilliance and excellence of the first Strangers.
Totally agree. Totally agree. But I'm curious what they're going to do, so it's definitely on my list.
All right. Another Stephen King adaptation that's releasing this year is The Boogeyman.
Oh.
Stephen King, one of his earlier books was called Night Shift. It was a
Oh,
collection of short stories.
Yep.
In my opinion, his best
Nice.
collection of short stories because he's done a bunch.
Mhm.
And it had some great stories in it. It had the actual Lawnmower Man, which had
Oh,
basically the movie had nothing to do with it.
right. Yeah.
The Mangler, which was
Mhm.
adapted into a movie with Robert Englund in it.
Oh, random.
Yeah.
Cool.
What? I think I may have seen it. I can't remember.
Wow.
Graveyard Shift, which was adapted into a movie,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
but also The Boogeyman.
Nice. Okay.
So this is going to be an adaptation of his story. So
I'm excited. Okay. Interesting. I only have one more, and it's actually going to be a kids
I only
movie.
have one more too.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
well,
oh,
now
then
I'm
we're-
going to have 2 more because the other one is not a kid's movie.
Oh, okay.
I thought for sure we were going to have the same movie on our
Oh,
list.
funny. Well, I probably missed one then, because whatever you
did.
say, I'm
You
sure.
definitely
Okay,
did.
I did. The one I picked, though, it's a kids movie, but I'm very excited about it, is the new remake of Haunted Mansion.
Oh,
The
yeah.
cast looks
buddy.
incredible. It's considered
Yeah.
a quote unquote horror. I'm excited. I think it'll be fun.
Yeah, of course it will. It's my
Yeah.
favorite ride.
Jamie Lee
at
Curtis is in
Disneyland.
it, dude.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's gonna be great. Wait, oh, did you
Yes.
say your favorite ride? I love that.
Yeah,
That's right.
It's my favorite. I make sure I ride it every time I go.
That's so fun. It is a fun ride, man. All right, what movie did I miss, dude?
You missed the end of the trilogy, Maxine.
Oh gosh. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Yeah, I did.
Supposed to be releasing this year.
I did
So,
miss that.
Hopefully,
Yep.
I think October. But yeah, Maxine. And one more that I knew was not going to be on your list. And I
Okay.
saved it for last.
Uh-huh.
The Nun 2.
I forgot that's coming out this year.
Yeah. And
Oh,
I'm looking
good.
forward to it. I know The Nun is your least favorite Conjuring verse movie.
Right. But I mean it's still in the universe, so I am excited to see it. But yeah, I would say the first Nun, yeah, like you said, it's just my least favorite of Conjuring.
Well, you have to watch The Nun 2
I do have to watch it.
because somebody we both know might be in the credits.
That's right.
So
The
more on
last
that,
time-
more on that later.
The last time I went to a movie where this same person was in the credits, I took a picture. I still have it on my computer. I went to the theater and saw.
Wait, what? Which
Yeah.
movie? The Collector?
Yeah.
You went to the theater to see The Collector?
Yeah. I love The Collector. That movie's great.
Oh my God. I had no idea you went to a theater to see it though.
Yeah. And when I saw the credit, I took a picture. I was like, oh,
That's right, everybody. I worked on The Collector, the original, and I didn't even see the movie until 2019.
what?
Yeah, I know. I didn't watch it, and then I finally watched it. I was like, and there's my credit.
Yeah, dude. I snapped a picture way back in the day on my flip phone.
Well, we'll see if who's got a credit in The Nun too.
That's right.
We'll see.
Hint, hint.
Anyway, can't talk about that. And that's it. That's the end of my list. That's the end of your list.
That's it, man.
That's it.
That's our review / goals.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Review 2022 year in review and 2023 resolutions.
There you go. Thanks, man.
The only other note I have
Yes.
is I don't know if you remember this, but and I know the answer to this question, but did you
Okay.
rewatch Psycho Gorman this past year?
I didn't.
And you said in our last year in review resolutions episode, you said that you might surprise me for my birthday by rewatching
Oh crap.
Instead, you bought me some stupid thing instead of the real gift of watching Psycho Gorman.
I'll never buy you anything again. I promise.
Just keep watching Psycho Gorman.
Just watch it. I told you recently, I do want to rewatch it. I'm having some itch that needs to be scratched to rewatch Psycho Gorman. I don't know why, but it's there. Sorry. Happy birthday.
You just like hunky boys.
I do. Or do I?
Many moons ago, a nameless evil was imprisoned in a place far beyond reach.
Hurry up!
If he were ever to be released, it would spell certain doom for all existence.
Is that fear I smell? Your planet will be torn to pieces, and I will treat your endless screams as I rip.
Is this yours? Speak?
Oh my god.
The gem of Paraxidike. Whoever wields it is able to command me.
Go over there and wait for us to come back in the morning.
You will suffer an eternity for this.
Mom, Dad, I want you to meet Psycho Gorman, or PG for short.
I will bathe in your blood.
Don't worry.
Be worried.
He's gonna kill everybody.
Not unless I tell him to.
What did you three maniacs get up to?
This is getting a little weird.
This sick game must come to an end. She will enslave the galaxy into endless servitude. Kill him!
Cool.
The ultimate evil has awoken.
There's a new god in town. And his name? Psycho Gorman. It was nice meeting you.
It would be nicer if you were dead.
Alright, bye.
All right. That's our episode, but we have one more little thing to do. We have to pick our next movie.
Oh, yes. Oh my goodness.
You forgot, didn't you?
I did. I was like, what are we doing?
That's right. That's what we do.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, oh wait, it's my choice.
It is. Yeah, you're picking the movie.
So you should
buddy.
introduce me.
Oh gosh, yeah. Hold on. Let's see. No, Scotty, our last movie that we did watch,
was Christmas Bloody Christmas.
that's right. Thank you.
You have no idea what you're saying right now, do you?
I don't know where I'm even at. No, Christmas Bloody Christmas. I picked a movie from this year, but we both, because I think I know what you're picking.
Pooking? Did you just say pooking?
Picking. Gosh.
Wait until you listen to this. You just said pooking.
Well, I meant picking. Gosh. Hi, everybody.
The movie I am pooking.
Which one are you pooking this year? I think it's a new one, but go ahead and let us know. What are you pooking?
Our first movie of 2023.
Yes, sir.
Will be Smile.
Yay!
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, let's not. Spoiler alert. He knew.
I knew. And I may have watched it, but
well, you're supposed to.
Oh, okay, good. I did right. I did good. I pooped it.
You did correctly.
I did correctless.
Yeah, so Smile is going to be our first movie, and it was pretty much number one on our list of movies that came out last year that we didn't get a chance to see.
Yes, for sure.
I'm super excited to watch this.
Nice.
I know you are too.
Yes. Yeah.
And also just looking forward to this coming year. I'm super excited to, like, we've been doing this for almost a year and a half. Almost.
That's crazy, dude. That's
crazy. We are going to, unless something drastic happens, we are going to hit episode 100 this year.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
We've got some Friday the 13th coming up. Do you remember how many Friday the 13th?
I think it's 2 this year.
2 this year.
Pretty
and
sure.
we will continue our tradition
Mm-hmm.
that we haven't been able to continue because there was only one Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
But we will be posting episodes on Friday the 13th, where we will do a commentary of one of the movies.
Yep.
And we don't know which one. We're not going to just go 1,
In
2, 3,
order.
4, 5. We're going to randomly pick a Friday the 13th movie.
It might be a roll of the dice, right? Maybe we'll
Yeah.
see. Yeah.
Random.
Yep. And then we may even have another episode coming out, an extra episode in April.
Yeah. Yes. We might watch a Serbian film again.
Yep.
Or something else. We haven't figured it out yet. If things go well, since Andrew and I are now on Zoom.
Oh yeah.
We might. I think one of our goals this year is to start doing a video podcast on YouTube, which will just be this podcast. Yeah, you really do.
I know.
No, you do. You look beautiful. Stop it.
Stop it. Thank you. You do.
Stop it. You do.
You do.
Yeah. So one of our goals is that. One of my goals for us is to have stickers made, business cards, what have you, because I wanted to start attending all the horror conventions that are nearby.
That'd be awesome.
And when I go, I'd like to be able to promote us.
Yeah, dude.
So, we've got this beautiful logo, and we've already found out that we can put it on shirts without anybody raising a stink because there's a Freddy glove on it.
Right.
Enzo's already growing out of his
he's a
little
big boy.
onesie.
We'll make it a crop top for him.
Maybe I'll get one and put it on Chucky.
That would be awesome.
He'll never grow out of it.
You're right. He'll always be our little boy.
Also, this is some behind the scenes, since everybody's turned this off by now, so we can just talk about it.
We're good. Yeah. No one cares.
But we've gone back and forth about whether we want to, like, just scene by scene talk about an entire movie.
Mm-hmm.
We kind of decided early on, like as early as 2 Halloweens ago, that we just want to touch on the major beats of a movie.
Yeah.
And keep the podcasts a little bit shorter.
Mm-hmm.
But then Halloween Ends happened, which, again, one of our favorite episodes. We had to talk about that entire movie.
Right.
But then after that, we kind of kept going with that.
Right.
And I know some people do like it. Like, I've had some feedback just since you and I just recently talked about it, said, hey, I like when you guys like break down a full movie.
Mm-hmm.
But they also always say, but I'm here for whatever you do.
Cool. Yeah.
So I would like to keep our episodes on the shorter side, like closer to an hour.
Yeah, I agree.
And just talk about
the big
about our
beats.
major beats. Yeah.
And there might be an episode where it needs a little, like Halloween Ends.
Yeah.
It just needs a little extra, and we'll do that. But
needs a little extra love.
Needs a little extra love, baby.
Yeah, and it's interesting. One of the things that spurred that was my new little creative exercise of putting my notes, my movie notes that I take, putting those as my review on Letterboxd.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody, I don't even know what I am on there. I'm Scotty Love. I don't know. I'm something. But I posted on our Facebook. Yeah. My notes, usually I just delete them and type over them, but now I'm going to be putting them on Letterboxd as my review of the movie.
Nice.
Complete with a spoiler warning. And it's fun to go back actually and read my own notes.
I like that.
But it's going to be interesting, like when I take notes for Smile, how they're going to be different if I'm just trying to hit the major beats and not like detail, because I've been trying to write down every single scene so that I don't forget anything.
It's a lot of work, man.
Just little notes. I mean, go to my Letterboxd page, buddy.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, we got a few plans in the works.
Yeah, buddy.
Do we have anything else?
Just that I would just say one more thank you to everybody listening. Honestly, this has been, we really appreciate all
Don't sound too enthusiastic about it. Jeez.
Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Jeez. Thanks. Bye.
Thanks, everybody. Woohoo! I don't know. No, for real. Thank you, everybody. Honestly, your comments, your kind words, just your responses to what we've asked. It's awesome. We really appreciate it. We love it. And we genuinely thank you for just joining us every week or every other week or whenever we do an episode. It's just awesome to have you there. So we thank you.
Yeah, this has been such an incredible joy. And nothing makes us happier than when we hear people listening to the show and enjoying it. And I mean, there's a few things that make me happier, but not many.
Fair.
Okay. And that's the end of our podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Join us next week for our review of Smile.
Yes. Come back here.
Okay.
All right.
Bye, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Finally, the boyfriend who has been trying to find her, he shows up. But guess what? Irving?
What? What happens? Tell me. He's infected.
Oh no!
He's infected.
Oh no!
So the girl, see,